Hello, thanks for joining us today to hear about all things Family Office. My name is Glenn Frost, the National Leader of the Family Office team at PwC Australia. I'm delighted to be joined by Ryan Smith and Patricia Callis, who are both partners in our Family Office team. In today's rapidly evolving world, it's clear that family offices face numerous challenges, but also have a unique opportunity to thrive across generations. Over the years, having worked with numerous family offices of all different shapes and sizes, all with their own unique vision, I've found that the cornerstone of long-term success lies in each family office having their own clearly defined purpose. Patricia, can you share with us why you think having a purpose is so important for a family office?
Absolutely, Glenn. It's nice to be here. Running a family office without a clearly defined purpose is a bit like setting out on a journey without actually knowing where you're headed. Purpose isn't just nice to have, it really should be the North Star of that family office. From the get-go, we encourage all of our families to sit down and discuss three really key questions. The first is, what is your family office really here to do or to achieve? Yep. The second is, who do you want to be involved within the family office? Is that the broader family? Is it team members and advisors? And what does success look like for you as a family? And then the third question is really centred around the next generation and what we can do to make them feel inspired and empowered to carry the legacy of the family forward.
Thanks, a few great examples there. Ryan, how does purpose create a cohesive vision that can strengthen relationships, not only within the family, but also for those working within the family office?
Well, firstly, developing a purpose does take time. It involves in-depth conversations and a lot of collaboration between family members. It's often helpful to engage external facilitators to help with the discussions. They can provide impartial perspectives that help uncover the core value drivers for each family. Unfortunately, the harsh truth is that many family offices lack a clearly defined purpose. Mm-hmm. It's what differentiates a thriving enterprise from a disconnected structure with drifting priorities. Most importantly though, you shouldn't confuse the founder's vision with the family's. As generations change, so do the goals and emphasis on what's important. Families should check in regularly. They really need to ensure that their purpose stays relevant. And once it is defined, let it guide everything, from investing and governance all the way through to philanthropy. Purpose should be the lens through which all decisions are made. We've seen families transform once they discover their purpose. Finally, having a clearly defined purpose provides strategic direction to those non-family members that are working in the family office. These executives make better decisions for the family and have a better understanding of what the family are really looking to achieve.
Patricia, turning to you, how does having a defined purpose help in reducing family disputes and maybe turnover within a family office team? And what are the implications of clarity of purpose on long-term family and business dynamics?
They're really significant, Glenn. So having a defined purpose is really key to successfully navigating family and family business succession, both of them. Purpose serves as a unifying compass, which aligns family members with shared values, goals, and a collective vision for their future as well. When families are able to clearly articulate that purpose, whether it's preserving a legacy or creating social impact or sustaining long-term growth within their business, it provides a foundation for their ongoing decision-making. Mm-hmm. In terms of family dynamics, a defined purpose helps preempt disputes by shifting the discussion really away from personal preferences to collective purpose-driven discussions. It encourages trust and transparency, which are very important, and fosters engagement and accountability among all of the stakeholders within that family decision-making process. By way of an example, I've worked with a very successful family over the last couple of years who are in the throes of making their transition from third generation to fourth generation. They always had a pretty strong shared purpose, but thought that potentially that purpose needed to be modernised to adapt them a little better to the changing world. They've now landed on a new family purpose, which is cultivating health and sustainability in the business and family for all of their future generations. This guiding principle really has informed every decision that they've made since that new purpose has kind of been implemented, from product development all the way through to their leadership transitions. When the eldest son actually wanted to sell the business, the family revisited their purpose and chose to bring in a professional CEO that was aligned with their objective. The family's clear, purpose-driven values meant this process was disagreement-free. It meant they were all kind of singing from the same sheet and encouraged active participation of the members of the family, as well as the executives outside in the business. It ensured long-term unity, preserving their legacy and the family's continued success into the future.
Thank you. I love that example of moving from personal preference to collective vision, and how having that purpose can help with that. Ryan, maybe flipping things around a bit, can you share an example of where you've worked with a family where there hasn't been a clearly defined purpose, and examples of any conflict that may have caused?
Yes. I've recently been working with a family where the matriarch had accumulated significant wealth over her lifetime, and unfortunately passed away. But after her passing, the next generation, just continual arguments.
Yep.
The eldest son really wanted to keep business as usual. The second son felt as though the business needed a revamp, and even the investment front needed a bit of a different lens. And finally, the third son was of the belief that mum and dad really would have wanted them to be philanthropic and give that money away. Without a clear purpose, every decision really became a battle. This can be contrasted with another family I've recently worked with who had a really clearly defined purpose around empowering future generations through education and entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. That clarity created alignment from investing in education-focused ventures and funding broader education in the society. When a purpose is clear, financial and philanthropic decisions become unified and intentional. The next gen members really go from being passive observers to active participants in the family legacy.
And again, I think it's highlighting that, without purpose, you end up with personal preferences. With purpose, more likely to have collective vision. That sort of highlights also that the family office needs to be aligned on what it's building towards. So not just the family, but the family office as well. And so it needs to discover and clarify its own purpose. And if it does that, then it can pave the way for sustainable growth and continuity.
Purpose absolutely serves as a strategic guidepost, leading every decision from broader governance through to really granular decisions like investment and philanthropic decisions. It also transforms next-gen members into active stewards of their family's legacy, fostering continuity and growth, and really just making them feel aligned to their own family's vision and purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for me, it's about creating shared values and goals that last beyond any single generation. And that leads to the big question: what does your family office really want to build towards?
Great insights, both of you. Thank you. And thank you all for joining us today. It's been a pleasure sharing some insights with you. At PwC, we're here to support you in defining and executing a purpose-driven strategy that prepares you, your family, and your family office for a prosperous future. Thank you.